Bad boys break all the rules and get girls with ease, well, nice guys do everything to please a girl only to get ignored, rejected, or put in their friend zone. See, there isn't anything more revolting to a lady than a man that acts too decent. It seems to be devious and feeble. The decent person will endlessly hang tight for an opportunity to impart the bed to a young lady, yet they don't realize that she is excessively occupied, fantasizing and slobbering over the awful kid type. If to get young ladies, you need to know when to quit being great and what rules to break. In this video, we will talk about 9 guidelines that awful young men break constantly. Number 1, requesting consent. Consent. In the advanced world, you will track down individuals saying you ought to continuously ask a young lady for assent. They advise you to inquire as to whether you would be able contact or kiss them. It's awesome guidance in the event that you are a geek or a brown-nosed yet terrible young man. Try not to take this exhortation serious. They defy the norms totally, and ladies love it. You see, the best men just take what they deeply desire. It doesn't matter on the off chance that it's cash, power, regard, or a young lady. They put their focus on the cost. Furthermore, take it without requesting consent like a beta male. Don't misconstrue it. I'm not saying you ought to loot a bank or power a young lady to accompany you. However, requesting authorization isn't the approach either. Terrible young men know how to peruse the room. They take what they need, and assuming what they need is impossible, they leave and track down it elsewhere. Somehow they get what they deeply desire on the grounds that they don't ask or ask for it. This energy is ridiculously appealing to ladies since it shows predominance and confidence. Concealing uncommon qualities. Number 2, concealing strange qualities. We as a whole have some interesting and strange attributes, yet most folks stow away it from females. They conceal their valid selves since they dread losing the young lady. Prophetic one ought to never apologize or feel embarrassed for acting naturally. A genuine man is himself, whether individuals like it or not, regardless of whether he has a surprising attribute like drawing, acting, or perusing manga. It doesn't make any difference. Assuming that young ladies check you out entertaining or fail to really see what you're into, they will regard and cherish you for acting naturally as opposed to behaving like an NPC with 0 character. Presently, this isn't a reason to look on TikTok, be a nitwit, or burn through your time while being lethargic. There is a major distinction between having novel attributes. Furthermore, being dependent on things like every other person. Number 3, 0 resilience. 0 resilience. Decent folks will disregard warnings and awful conduct from ladies since they are incredibly frantic, yet the awful kid type doesn't endure awful conduct. As a matter of fact, he has no capacity to bear adolescent games. Furthermore, warnings doesn't make any difference how wonderful and appealing the lady is. Still human, and not all people are viable with one another. If you begin enduring everything, even things that conflict with your ethics and your ideals, you will wreck things. Sure, you might get the young lady, assuming you do this. In any case, after the special night time frame expires, you will loathe yourself for doing this. You'll be left with a lady that you disdain, so don't be a brown nose and let her go as she blows her opportunity. Worshipping ladies. Number 4, worshipping ladies. A great deal of present-day men put ladies on a platform and deal with her like a sovereign. The Disney motion pictures have instructed them that this is what they ought to do anyway. She has 10 in the event that not many folks that make her vibe the same way. Truly, ladies have a wealth of consideration and warmth tossed at her from each heading. You are not doing anything unique by groveling for her. Pass on that to different folks the second you start to treat her as a typical individual is, while you will demonstrate that you are not the same as the wide range of various folks, and if you need to make it a stride, additionally put yourself on a platform rather than her. That is the very thing that the terrible kid sort of folks do. They esteem themselves over any young lady. It may sound egotistical, and it most likely is. Nevertheless, it's smarter to put yourself on a platform than to put another person there, and it even draws in ladies in light of the fact that it shows elevated degrees of self-assurance, leaving nothing to chance. Number 5, leaving nothing to chance. 95% of men on the planet don't take enough gambles with they are instructed to leave nothing to chance. Since their experience growing up, that is the reason you will see them being trapped in the rodent race for a really long time. Despite the fact that their work causes them hopeless, they too have been so adapted to avoid any unnecessary risk that they'll maybe live and bite the dust, hopeless over to face a challenge besides their true capacity. But at the same time, it's a major turn off for ladies. There isn't anything energizing about a man that is hesitant to face a challenge. A man that fears losing isn't just a defeatist, however. He is likewise an exhausting man. Awful young men toss the dice. These men face challenges throughout everyday life and have the confidence in themselves that on the off chance that it turns out poorly, they can in any case recuperate. They do what they need and don't reconsider about it. Exit first and pose inquiry questions later. Foolish maybe, yet it's noteworthy and appealing. In any case, get away from an exhausting reality. Number 6. Get away from an exhausting reality. A terrible kid offers a break from the expected ordinary regular daily existence. The venture with a terrible kid can offer the experience and fervor that numerous ladies desire. They live every day to the fullest, offering a few ladies an adrenaline rush. They do things that others wouldn't do and are continuously searching for better approaches to push the limits. Number 7 is difficult to get. Difficult to get. Numerous ladies understand what it's preferred to be wanted and sought after by different men. It can be unquestionably charming when a lady finds somebody who doesn't give her this season of day. Awful young men do only that. They try not to carry on honestly in their souls to nail down. Number 8, enthusiasm. Terrible young men do what? Enthusiasm. They do with enthusiasm, which can be infectious. They appear to constantly have a consuming justification for their activities or the way they carry on with life. There's dependably an fascinating story behind the man, which makes him much more alluring to some. They do what they need and don't think 2 times about it. Number 9, they got themselves. They got themselves. Awful young men need no support. They take care of themselves, and they don't actually maintain that individuals should get things done for them. For numerous ladies, this is a help from the tension of doing everything in a relationship, particularly ladies used to being in charge of an organization. A ton of ladies are accustomed to bossing their man around. They advise them to quit playing computer games and that they ought to get at work, yet genuine men needn't bother with a mama to keep an eye on. They purchase their own things. What's more, manage their own concerns without any protests. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.